Hey everyone, I'm Brian.
And I'm Nikki.
And we are Cooking with the Cotas. I'm a finance guy with barely any cooking experience.
And I'm a registered dietitian with professional culinary training.
And together, we're going to teach you and me how to cook in the kitchen. Today, we are making a delicious stuffed chicken for you. What are we stuffing it with, Nikki?
So we are making a goat cheese and herb stuffed chicken. This is a nice meal to introduce some different herbs to you and some different flavors that really pair well with the goat cheese and chicken. So let's get our mise en place. Okay, so here's all of our ingredients ready to go. So main ingredient, we have chicken. We did about 2 pounds of chicken here. So that made about 3 chicken breasts for the type we're using. But if you have smaller chicken breasts, it's probably gonna be about 4. Along with that, we have some ingredients such as shallots, which is similar to an onion, but a little bit more delicate of a taste. And we have some fresh cloves of garlic. Along with that, we have different herbs here, as you can see. We have flat leaf parsley. We have tarragon. So tarragon is a different kind of herb that I actually first learned more about in culinary school when we were making different sauces. If you've ever heard of hollandaise sauce, there's another sauce very similar to that, but it uses tarragon instead. So that was like a test question. I remember we had to make sure we knew where tarragon was located. So we also have some thyme here, and insert thyme joke.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
There we go.
Wow, all these herbs make this dish look very herbaceous.
And we have our goat cheese. We're using about 4 ounces. So if you're at the store and you're seeing those little cylinder type packages of goat cheese, that's about 4 ounces. So that's the amount you'll use for this. We have some butter and then lemon, which we are going to use the zest of.
So let's get on the road to stuffing.
Alrighty, so to prepare our stuffing, Brian is going to put all of the ingredients into this bowl. So we're going to add the goat cheese and he's going to zest the lemon while I get started on these herbs. So for the parsley, they're going to chop off any of the large stems. And we're chopping enough to fill about 2 tablespoons worth of each of these herbs. 2 tablespoons. And with this tarragon, the center stem is a little bit thicker than some other herbs, and it has a lot of leaves that come off the sides, so we're gonna actually individually pick off some of these leaves. And tarragon is very unique. It actually has a licorice taste. You wanna smell?
Ooh, that smells exactly like Twizzlers pull-aparts.
And tarragon has a certain compound in it that's also found in fennel and anise. So you'll notice that some of those have a very similar taste to the tarragon. And we're also going to add shallots to this. And to learn how to properly dice a shallot, you can find that in our how to cut an onion video. It is the same concept. So for our garlic cloves, we're gonna place it flat on our cutting board, place the flat end of the knife on top, and then smash it really well. So not only does the skin come off, but it starts to break apart. That helps release some of those flavors into the butter when we're cooking all of our chicken in there. With the chicken, we are going to make a slit on the side, as if you were gonna butterfly it or fillet it, but we're not going to cut all the way through. We're gonna kind of make a pocket.
Instead of a hot pocket, it's a chicken pocket.
Yeah, that's how you want to remember it. So you should see there should be an opening there. That should be enough room to fit the goat cheese. And you don't need a lot of goat cheese, so Brian's gonna stuff these. I would just try to eyeball it to get 1/3 of the mixture. with that, I'm just gonna add a little salted pepper. And we are ready to get cooking. So that chicken is done, and we let it sit for 5 minutes after we got it out of the oven. So we're gonna take one on our cutting board, and we are going to slice it. You can slice it straight down or at an angle, whatever you prefer. All right, so we have all of our chicken here, and we're just gonna put it on the knife and transfer it to our plate. So with our chicken nicely plated, we are going to add some carrots. We just had some steamed carrots going while we were preparing the chicken, just so we had a nice side to our meal. So Brian is gonna scoop out some of that butter sauce and just pour it nicely over that chicken, like a finishing touch right before it's served. And it looks beautiful, and it gives the chicken a nice glisten.
You know, this is one of those meals that it's pretty simple to make, but at the end of it, it'll have you thinking, man, I'm a chef. I should have my own cooking show. And we have some tried and true parsley that we're gonna use as a garnish to add a little bit more color. Just because you're not going out to eat at a fancy restaurant, that doesn't mean that you can't eat a little fancy and enjoy a beautifully cooked meal as you see here.
So again, something fancy made simple, and this is a good recipe to switch up your chicken routine instead of doing just baked or grilled chicken every night. Adding something in the middle, like this goat cheese, is a great change.
Thanks again so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Cooking with the Cotas. Make sure to let us know in the comments if you tried this and liked this, if you learned how to eat like Nikki is right now, or what other recipes you want to see from us. As always, thanks again for watching.
Please make sure to like our video, subscribe to our page, turn on those notifications, and tell your friends about us so that they can learn more cooking techniques and recipes like you. Have a good one.